Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Sit and Chat, Paint and Chat, Hang Out with everybody. How you all doing tonight? We're doing a bunch of Grim Dark Future stuff, the Human Defense Force stuff. I'm just working through the whole thing, working through the whole army at once because I've been a bit busy this week. How you doing? How you doing? Greetings and hallucinations. Yes, yes, yes. Working on some Human Defense Force, and then tonight I have to do or I get to do the work production video for this week. Here we are from the cold north coax. He who rolls dice. Comes he who rolls dice. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. The Don't Think Just Charge guys came back and they were trying to come up with a name for me. I liked all of them. Oh, so how's everybody doing on the Monday after Thanksgiving? Did you all go to work today too and just go, buh? I got to work and was just like, why? I'm a fan of workout fits. Let's not push it that far. That one's a bit. I feel like I'm living up to something if they start putting that out there. Yeah, so once I get done with this gun, I will show you the camo scheme that we're going for this. Getting through the turkey weekend plumbing. Yeah, I had a couple. My toilet won't flush calls. I get there, I'm like, you're supposed to eat the turkey first before you throw it in the toilet. So you're painting my dark young great beast for my infected colonies. Awesome. Awesome. It didn't come up in this video I did for Saturday, but my printer has been giving me a bit of the business lately. A bit of... it didn't want to work. So, instead of doing the Human Empire for next week, I had to call an audible on that one. And we're going to be doing the Human... Or not, we're going to be doing the Retman for Age of Fantasy. All right, getting crew for the pizza is always a good time. Or getting pizza for the crew. Getting crew for the pizza. So someone beat me to the dummy 13 mech assembly on Discord. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Focus is being all focusy weird. You're the problem. Go over there. No, you're all the problems. All of you. You're all the problems. I already stole the list and started printing. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be the addition of hazardous. I can see it already. So, yeah, this is the color scheme we're going for. Ta-da. Kind of like a desert, Badlands look. I did this one previously. Focus on that, please. Thank you. So yeah, this is what we're going to be going for. The green, I don't know why I chose the green. What? Will you stay focused there? I don't know why I chose the green, but it works. It gives a nice little splash of color. So, we. So that's what we're going for. You can live up there for right now. No, fine. I gotta move the camera. Hold on. Stand by. Oh my goodness! Well, you focus on everything else except for what I want you to focus on. Here we go. Put the blinders back up. There, can you please? Well, thank you, Scott. Yes, the green. I think the green was. I don't know why we chose. Like I said, I don't know why we chose the green, but it works. Yes. We can see the backside of this gun. Okay, yeah. Right, good enough. Yeah, for the chivalrous kingdoms, I had a plan of doing a order of the Knights of Saints. I can't remember now. It was like a year ago when I came up with the concept. The Knight of Saint Lucius or something like that. They're crusading knights that had leprosy, and they instead of the red crusading cross, they wore a green crusading cross. I was just like, I don't want to do a red cross on stuff because I don't know. I just felt weird doing it. So I looked for other colors and I found this order of knights. And I was like, hey, that is pretty cool. I have a built-in backstory already. But then Sin Miniatures gave me access to all of his what do they call them? His medieval humans. And so I used those minis, and they didn't really have the aesthetic for that. Oh, the camera focus. Oh my god, I'm gonna be fighting this camera focus the whole night, ain't I? Yes. But even though these guys are mostly pallid bone color, and the reason why we're going to be doing a lot of other colors first is because the pallid bone has such low pigment content that I can splash that around and it's not really going to affect much. So I don't mind. Okay, I got snipers. Snipers don't need any. What do we got here? Scott over here scheming up new lists. I like that. It's probably going to suck. That's what I say all the time whenever I come up with a new list. I go, yeah, this is probably going to go over like a lead balloon, but hey, let's see what happens. So here we go. Got 2 tactical walkers. With the fire rapid flamethrowers. And the list that I had in the video on Saturday, this has changed a little bit, just a hair. I took the rockets off of the 1 tactical walker that had it, and I reduced it down to 3 squads of three squads of grunt robots of 5, and then I put the combat axes on the combat walker. I don't think there's much black on this. Maybe, yeah, we'll just do this. Evening, Travis. So, what do we want to talk about tonight? What are we talking about? I know I was looking forward to the 1-page rules video of the month, but Tano called it off because he's sick. So get well soon, Tano. Oh, greetings, Kelvin. Let's see. This week we filmed a Friday Night Fights again. Someone asked in Discord, "When are you going to start doing those again?" I'm like, "Yeah, I for sure didn't forget that those existed." Yeah, but your lead balloons have flown. Yep. Printing my 3rd tank for my daughter's Imperial Guard army. Awesome. Yeah, the tank army is now more viable. So they have the tank commander. I don't remember if they had it or not last time I did them. Last time I did the Human Defense Force. But we change up our themes. This time we're going all robots. It was the cheapest way to get into the hobby. Yeah. As long as you don't take a whole bunch of deadly weapons against her. No one likes to get blown off the board in their first game. Back when I was teaching people how to play 40K, that was my rule. If it's somebody's first game, they're going to beat me. I just had to make it look natural. What are you talking about? I should play it at 2,500 from now on. Oh, is that so? Why you say that? Okay, I think that's all the black that I need. Okay. All right. Now, Or my epic army is coming along. I haven't really touched them since this whole 3.5 stuff started. I mean, I got anything over printed? No, I think I painted it. What is that bucket? real time. Let's find out. Let's find out what's in this bucket. Oh, that's 10mm stuff. Those are Chaos Knights and I think Yep, Hobgoblins. Okay, you can tell I started on those and never finished them. Then go back over here. Of course, now we'll close. There we go. Okay, back to grunts. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I haven't touched orcs in a minute either. I'm being a bad war boss. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to remember how you felt in your first games. Like, I think I've talked about this once. I didn't win a single game for like 2 years. I started playing and none of my friends had any chill. I went through like 3 armies in a year and a half. Back when, 40K didn't cost so damn much. Where'd my handle at? There it is. I started with Space Marines, as you do. And then I transitioned over into Imperial Guard, and that was where I won my first game, was as the Imperial Guard. Sorry, I keep fiddling with the camera because I just don't feel like it's in the right spot. Maybe because I'm painting so much more stuff tonight than normal. Come on. Go over there. There you go. No, it's right in the way. Yeah, if you keep beating up on the new players, that's how you don't get any more new players. And everyone I played with back then was super competitive. You're focused on that? Oh my god. Get a shot. Get a shot. I don't think they've teased anything more on that. I know the stream was supposed to be today, but like I said in the beginning, Tana was sick, so it didn't happen. So he said maybe tomorrow. We will see. much as some people don't believe me, I don't have any inside information, so I couldn't tell you. Why? They're just black. Why are you focusing on those? Oh my god, camera. So, let's see here. I'm sure some of you guys have got some 3.5 games under your belt. How are we feeling? How are we liking it? I thought Eternal Kingdoms was the OPR Cafe. I think he said something like Dragon Kingdoms. But if you're thinking about Eternal Dynasty, that's the Grimdark version, and they're kind of Cathay coded, except they're not human. But it doesn't mean you can't make them out of human models. It's just like everything else I have. I have to beat my equipment into submission because I'm using it for not what it's intended for. This one ain't got no bags. Alright then. Wait, is that a bag? Oh, well, it's got a canteen. There's probably a grenade, though. Not good enough. Could you see a land version of the Korean turtle ship against Cathay? Well, I mean, we just got the Dorf helicopter docking port as a model, so I mean, turtle land ship probably is not out of the realm of possibilities. It would be interesting. What I think you're talking, just correct me if I'm wrong. I am not very good with Japanese naval history, or I guess you could just say Asian naval history. But is it like um, the super big boat that had like tons of armor on it, tons of gun ports? 3.5 is pretty good, although it feels like it's weighted more towards hordes rather than elite armies. Also, feel like it missed the mark of trying to make factions unique. Most have the same army rule. Well, there are. Oh, this guy doesn't need it. There are some duplicate army rules out there, but it's kind of one of those like It's like a framework to start from. And I mean, yes, I had a way to say this earlier. It's like, yes, some of the army special rules are different, but the units you put them on inside the army is going to be much different. Like a blessed sister fanatic is not going to be the same as like an orc specialist, even though they have the same army special rule. You don't need it because that's just one part of the equation. It took 40 decades to get where they are. Give LPR some time. They're just getting started. Yeah. Oh yeah. Even though OPR has been around for 10 years, I think we can say that like as a serious thing, it's only been around for like 4 or 5. I'm ignorant. What's Cathay? Cathay is a Warhammer Fantasy army that's based in China. It's a Warhammer-fied Chinese. Honestly known by very few people until uh, Total War Warhammer decided to do Cathay as one of the playable armies. And if anybody knew about the other Warhammer armies and stuff that are out there around the same time, um, some of the other ones were rather. Yeah, I'll pull a word out of somebody else's hat here. They were rather problematic. When we started talking about the pygmies, or there was one for the Indian subcontinent. I forget what they called those. It was like the I think it was just Ind, like IND was the name of that army. And I don't think they made that in 28 millimeter. I think that was only in 10 millimeter. Yeah, okay, so that is the boat that I'm thinking of. The Mongol ogres. Yeah, they're Mongolian coded. Yeah, I forgot Estalia was not a represented army, even though people would just use Empire stuff for that. It was not an officially wasn't like part of the range. Yeah, these guys got pouches everywhere, along with leather straps and ooh, these guys got tons of stuff on them. Switch to a different brush. So I'll do the straps this color. It'd be real cool too if we got zombie pirates. That was my thing. The Ottoman themed ogres. Yeah, that should be interesting. Have some Byzantine looking ogres out there. You know, I like doing these streams, even though we don't get many views. Ogre Cataphract, that would be bleeping devastating. Oh Jesus! I like doing these streams just because it keeps me painting, or at least keeps me painting on a schedule, because I could lose track of time, as we have seen, and just completely forget. God, it'd be crazy. I forget to paint an army, and then it's like Wednesday. I'm like, oh shit, live streams tomorrow. I could see myself doing that. Especially now in the wintertime, because I spent all night Saturday in a plow truck. Yay, living in Michigan. And it's my job to clear snow. Yay. In a plow truck with no heat, no radio, a plow that barely responds to the controls. Yeah. So then, yeah. I would, man, I would if they. Listen, I have lived through up here long enough to where every time it's the first snow of the year, everyone says it's going to be snowmageddon. Oh my God, everyone's going to die, just for it to piddle out into nothingness. But yeah, we got about a good 6 inches, and yeah, that was fun. And I didn't start the fire. Oh, hi Tim. We played D&D last night. No, we did not start a fire at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Speaking of snow, first day summer here in Australia, and we got snow and hail. Oh, yay! Oh no, it was not light fluffy snow. It hit the ground, and the ground was too warm for it to stick to, so it started melting. But then there's more snow piled up on top of it. Then it started to stick. So it was like 4 inches of snow with like an inch and a half of slush underneath it. My first pass in the truck took me a half hour, just because I would only be able to push like 6 feet of it before the four-wheel drive freaking plow bogged down, and then I would have to pick the plow up, go sideways, push that part off the road, and then go another 6 feet, repeat the process. Yeah, that was fun. And then after that, my 72-inch plow, I was only putting in like 18 inches of snow on one side. So many passes. That gives me more. It gives me World War One trench vibes. I know. I love the suspenders on there. Almost makes me wish I chose a green color scheme instead of the tan I'm going for. Just can't get away from the browns. Nope, I like my browns. What can I say? I'm just a brown personality. Trench warfare on Fury Road. Yes, brown is a very dependable color. Okay, one more of these guys. Then we go to a different color. Thought I was going to do the Hammeroid color scheme. What's a Hammeroid? You're speaking a language I do not know. Iron Man 2. Oh, okay. Now, I showed off the thing. I'm color matching to a model I already did for. I think I pinned it on stream. I did it for Spaceman Coco. He was like, "Hey, I need models for my tournament, the tournament I was running." And I was like, "Okay, what do you need?" And then he gave me this hybrid Human Defense Force High Elf Fleets Army list, so I figured tan would be a good color to pull both of those together. And let me finish this guy's bag. Pull that little brush hair off and I'll show you. Actually, I'm pretty certain I did paint it on stream just because I think that green that's on it was not my idea. But yeah. This is it. Ooh, come here, you. Wow. Bang. This is the combat bot. Do 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 do. Bing bing. Okay, so we got the lot of metal color in this. Okay, you'll go back over there. So I think next thing we should do is the broadsword silver. Pull that out. There we go. Have I seen the older Planet? We talking like Charlton? We talking like you blew all up? I can't even talk. You blew it all up, you damn dirty apes. Like original Planet of the Apes? Yes, I've seen those. New ones, any of the ones that were produced after 1990, I didn't watch any of those. Oh, absolutely. Why have one axe when you can have two? This is the palette for the silver. Call it the silver. Yep, those ones. Oh, yeah. All right, well, you're already on the stick. Let's see what we could do with you. Stalin's dream hybrid army he wanted to breed. Okay. We got for servos on this thing. And hydraulics. Yeah, everything below. Bigger brush. What do you look like? Not too small. Big. This one big enough? Yeah, they'll do. Guerrilla human hiders or shock troops? I don't want to ask, but how did they research that? Boss, you don't want to know. Oh, God. Yeah, it's good enough. Lab test. You don't come in here and ruin the wild speculation. You mean they didn't lock the privates in a room with a bunch of chimps? Tell you what, if anyone would have done that, I bet you the Japanese would have during World War II. Those guys were fucked in the head. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you used to be able to learn stuff like that on the History Channel before it turned into everything was made by aliens in reality TV. Well, at least what passes for reality TV nowadays. All right, good night, Scott. Get one of my cats upstairs, howling in the kitchen. Going, everyone is asleep. I must sing you the song of my people. Do I think an OPR RPG is in the plans for the future? Ah, this, there's lots of stuff that has come up, but I think what they've settled on, what Thanos settled on as far as RPG goes, is like a action RPG, and that's what he's got going on with Quest and Star Quest. So it's not quite RPG as far as like D20 rolling, but it's a fun game. And I saw that question: what printer do I use right now? I'm using a Saturn 3. It's not a Saturn 3 Ultra because I saw all the bells and whistles on that, and with the way that I treat my machines, I'm like, I'm gonna break that. Self leveling, I'm gonna break it. So I went with just the basic Saturn 3. Yeah. All right, good night, Kelvin. Never print anything, huh? Yeah, I run into that sometimes too because I do like Scott that was in the chat a minute ago. He's a local here, and I slice a lot of his files for him just because he doesn't understand how to use the slicing software yet, and he's got a DLP. I forgot by who, but he has I think it's Anycubic DLP, and I have to remember to switch out which machine I'm using in G2 Box when I do my own slicing. And I've forgotten a time or two, and I printed it, and it's come out all weird. Kind of like I did when I switched over from the Mars to the Saturn. I just figured I could print the stuff I sliced on with the Mars settings on the Saturn. I was like, it should be fine. It'll just print it, on half the plate. Oh no. Oh no. It took the sliced images and it just stretched them to fit what the Saturn plate was. This is the last ogre. All right. Now to the grunts. Yeah, I've got an FDM printer over there, but I don't ever use it because me and that machine fight all the time. As long as I'm staring directly at it when it's printing, or if I'm in the same room, it prints fine. But as soon as I go to bed, it ends up just giving me evil spaghetti. So that's why all that does right now is it holds all my boxes of gloves for the resin printer. I'm thinking of keeping with the snow theme and printing my HDF with some kind of snow camo. Awesome! Oh yeah, that always sucks too. The power goes out. Keep up the good. Well, thank you. Thank you, Darth Dad. Still remember, we still got a second game we got to do. Yeah, who are you playing against the demons? The damned Dow. Play KG. Well, you absolutely have to against the Dow. I made up a list for my Friday night fights that, well, it'll come up eventually. Doodle doodle doodle. Because what I'm doing now is I have like, well, my first one I only had 3 lists ready, but I think now I have like 6 lists that I have all ready to go inside Tabletop Simulator. So whenever it goes, whenever anyone says they want to play a game, I'm like, all right, pick a number. And that will be what they're fighting against. By screw tape. Well, my next Grimdark Future army we're doing after this one is the War Demons, because they never got the love last time I was doing armor reviews before 3.5 got announced, and so I figured I'd start with those. You should have. You should have. Everyone else gets to see that game on Wednesday. We won't spoiler it, but yeah, it was robots fighting the underpants gnomes using the Retmen clans rules. Yeah, between all the love I've been giving the Retmen lately, like the whole reason I chose Retmen to go to that tournament was just it was a random choice, and don't think just charge covering the Retmen, or they put them in one of their top 3 armies that came the best out of 3.5, and then True Seeing Gaming did a Retmen clans video. I have a feeling we're going to see a whole lot of Retmen pretty soon. Well, they do breed like rats. Yep, life is cheap in the Retmen clan. We don't care about the hazardous rule. We got more bodies to throw at stuff. We don't care that our units are crap. We just come back from the dead anyways. Then I have the fantasy Retman video I did for next week. That that army is ridiculous. I used to joke that the Vinci were a Grimdark Future army hiding in Age of Fantasy, but man, it's the amount of ridiculous firepower you can put out with the rats. Even in the end of the video where I show off like the army I'm going to be building that week, I got to that point and I'm like, I don't have enough gun. Let me change this right now for more gun. An army of Nim, yeah, yeah. There's, oh God, I can't remember who was doing it, but someone was doing an army kind of based on that. I saw it on like the splash screen of my mini factory one day when I opened it up like a couple months ago. And that was my first thought with that too. I was like, this would be cool for a Retman fantasy army. Like I said, I can't remember who was making them. Kind of feel bad sometimes whenever someone, where like I'll make a model and someone will ask me where I got it from, and then sometimes I just draw a complete blank. I'm like, did I get this from my mini factory? Did I get this from Cults, or did I find it on Thingiverse? Sometimes I just can't freaking remember. Okay, so there are some differences. The Combat Walker definitely has chunkier parts, which makes sense. Actually, this point, at this point, are you any good? Kind of. Go for a big old brush. Howdy, Saundra and Spellcaster. The painting's going pretty good. We're kind of coming up to the point where I'm gonna stop after I get this done, because after this the paint scheme is real simple. You just blast everything with pallid bone. Ooh. If I could have a goofy army for the holiday season, what would it be? I would have to do some kind of like Santa's Workshop army, where you have elf footmen that are dressed like gnomes, and you have reindeer cavalry. Santa's sleigh would definitely have to be a war machine of some type. Snowmen trolls. I do have a Christmas video that I've been trying to do for 2 years, but I just don't have the equipment or the knowledge on how to pull it off. Where, let's see, do I still have some of that part? No. Let me see here. Yep, there we go. So, my idea was, still might happen one day. There's like 14 of those in here, but we'll just leave it to this. Where it is, where is that? Check one more drawer. Okay, that was not the drawer to check. God dang it. Oh, everything fell and crashed. And I got a dinosaur being strangled by a bag of sand. Get on there. Oh God, what now? Hold on, I got problems. Oh, get over here. Get over here. You two. I know there's more of you. That's what it is. God, which is all kinds of crap falling from the sky. Okay, so the plan was, if I ever figure out how to do a green screen, it's going to be a war zone between orcs and the Imperial Guard. And then we're going to have Santa's sleigh fly over, but it's getting chased by orcs. I'll have cool green screen flying things. I put all of them on sticks and stuff, have magnets. So I got the technical aspect down, just not the filming aspect. And then it was going to be signal comes into well, we'll say a human defense force airfield, and then they scramble a couple of fighters to go and help Santa in the dogfight. And then after that, Santa was going to come out of it and give everyone presents of like ammo and grenades and stuff. Yay, Merry Christmas. So it's one of those, one day I will do that video once I figure out how to do that video. So, but that'll do it for us tonight, guys. That'll do it for us tonight. I have to go record a my November work production video series. So expect that tomorrow. Man, it's gonna be a late night for me. So I hope you guys are having fun playing OPR wherever you are. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye.